Hello everyone. Here we are on the long-awaited eve of the biggest astrological show of the month and maybe even the year, which is the Great American Eclipse of 2024. The last time it was visible in the United States was 7 years ago, and it actually did pass right over where I lived, and I bathed in the light of the eclipse, which you should do because it's a rare event to have that as a possibility. And my life changed completely right after that, like literally within a week, for the better. And was that coincidence or was that cosmic technology? I don't really know. But the theme for tomorrow is change, new beginnings. Because it's an eclipse and eclipses are wild, it could be sort of a forced new beginning where you weren't ready, but here we go. It's in the sign of Aries, which has a lot of energy under it, but we're also in a retrograde, so there could be a lot of tension building and then some sort of explosion in the next couple days, but ultimately to clear something out. Anyway, it should be interesting to see how this plays out for us in our own personal lives over the next month, because this is a new moon. And so it is a good time to put your intentions towards a new beginning that you would like, or something you'd like to bring in or manifest. But again, because it's such a strong eclipse, there's going to be somewhat of an uncontrollable energy. And the universe has a sense of humor, so sometimes you don't know, it'll listen, but then it'll do it and give you what you want in a way that it just seems so crazy and not even possible. But yeah, if it's time to wipe your cosmic slate clean, tomorrow's a good day to set intentions for that. Okay, let's see what the cards have to add to this story. Justice. So sort of one of the main energies of this week is going to be what is fundamentally a neutral card, but it's also a superpower card. When this energy is hanging around, it really is that you're going to reap what you sow. And that in combination with sort of the wild astrological energy going on right now with that retrograde still around, some of us may be getting a reward that comes out of the past, something that we deserve that we haven't gotten yet. We may be given that this week under that new moon. Some of us may have something come find us that we weren't expecting from the past. But in terms of any sort of forward movement, right now would be good to set intentions and do planning and maybe some manifestation work. I wouldn't go full gear into that until after this retrograde. But this is a very karmic energy, and sometimes I've noticed it's instant karma. So make sure you have integrity right now and that you're doing the right thing. All right. What else is there to find out about the next week? Ooh, cups, lots of cups. So there's a bit of a dreamy energy right in the center of this. Again, like I just mentioned, right now would be a good time under this new moon eclipse to set intentions, write down ideas, brainstorm about what you want to see happen over the next month or two, and also share some of those ideas with people that you think might be interested in the same idea. This is a card of collaboration, and it's coming together with others, but it really has a deeper meaning of focusing on something that you care about that other people also care about. And there's power in numbers when it comes to working on a project, an idea, a cause, a spiritual practice. So don't go it alone, but open your mind, under this new moon. What's something you want to try out, and go find some people who are already doing it. Don't reinvent the wheel. Also, up here, this is really a card about trying something out, experimenting with something. And it's not a particularly intense energy necessarily. It's a card that says, yeah, you don't always have to have follow through. Sometimes you just need to, and when I look at all these together, if you have an idea, go try it out. See if you like it. Because the fact is, you don't know what you don't know. For some of us, when I sort of switch the filter, when I look at these two energies together, there's going to be just a lot on your plate. And it's going to feel like a lot. And with this energy, oftentimes it is time to delegate, delegate, delegate. Gosh, yeah. So for this week, a lot of the messaging is about not being solo, but actually sharing a burden, participating with other people in a cause, power in numbers, and of course, it's nice to have downtime, especially if you really have too much going on. But the fact is, share the load, share the excitement. Share, share, share. Okay? Be brave. It could change things, especially under this eclipse. Something that you try this week might turn out to be something that changes the trajectory of your life. Okay? So emotionally this week, although there's some really positive vibes going, some of us may just be feeling stuck, stagnant, or like frustrated with the situation that we don't really want to deal with, that we have to deal with. Luckily, the energy is moving from feeling like there's really no way out of the situation to actually working it out. And now I'm going to talk about this energy. It is when you have basically 3 choices and a 4th non-choice. So if you're feeling stuck in something, one thing that you can think about is like, all right, I got these 3 choices. Either I can accept this situation, this person, radically accept it, and that way they can be over there doing their thing, or it can be going on, but you just completely detach. Number 2, you actively change a situation. Or number 3, you leave it. What will drain you eventually is if you cannot accept it, change it, or leave it. And so what is the way out of something you feel stuck in? One of those 3 choices. And it will also alleviate this heaviness if you're feeling it. We have a really powerful, powerful outcome card. This is a card called the Hanged Man. And it really is a self-transformation card. And usually when it shows up, it's because somewhere in us we are changing. And what I'm going to say is, because this is sort of moving towards the end of this week into next week, some of that astrological stuff that's happening right now, new beginnings, maybe a new beginning that you weren't counting on, having to surrender to a situation to a certain degree, is all possible. Ultimately, this card is for your growth, right? It's a growth card, but people get impatient under this energy. Oftentimes, it's because they are starting to feel something inside, and their external life isn't reflecting it. And so what's going to have to happen over the next while is, if you're changing internally, you're going to have to start doing some changes externally so that you don't have what I call cognitive dissonance. All of these tell a pretty succinct story that some of us are going to be going through, which is, yes, this is a growth time period, and we never stop growing, and we have to make adjustments sometimes and decisions. And by the way, this is a great week to do it, actually a great month, because the retrograde, again, as I talked about last week, is about reviewing something, realigning, redirecting. The eclipse is here to, like I said, wipe the cosmic slate clean in some way. And that really helps forward motion in our life. But have no fear. This may sound intense, but it all has a positive outcome in the end. And we have several cards that are talking about wrapping something up in our life that needs to be wrapped up and let go of. Tie it with a bow, send it off to the universe, send it back to where it came from, so that around Beltane, May 1st, we actually start moving forward a lot lighter. And we will be helped along by Mother Nature saying, okay, let's go, right? The weather's getting nicer. We just went through April, sort of washing away some stuff that needed to go, and now we're in a better position. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If so, check back next week, and I will see you then.